Hello, everybody. This is Barry, That Gold Metal Show, episode 9. How we doing, everybody? Hope everybody enjoyed the last video about Go to Mentis. I got a lot of good responses for it. A lot of people I got to see from hear from back in the days contacted me. It was good. It was good to hear. It was good to hear a lot of those people. Put it up on the Go to Mentis Facebook page, and there was a lot of good responses. And I want to thank you all. Thank you all for enjoying the GOAT. All right, and those responses were great. I want to talk about something a little different right now. As you can see behind me, I got Dave Chappell's new stand-up, Sticks and Stones. Right? And it's basically the stand-up we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the stand-up a long time. Long time. I mean, ever since this whole thing with the SJW politics has been going on, we needed somebody to champion the stance of saying whatever the hell you want to say. And Dave Chappelle doing this whole show, and I'm sure when he was making it, even from the intro, if you guys watched the preview with Morgan Freeman talking, pretty much said it best, that he was going to get a lot of shit for this. And he knew what he was going to be doing, and he knew it was going to be a punch in the face to all these SJW politics that's running this mark, the Me Too movement, all this other stuff. I mean, come on. Some of the stuff he touched on, like when it came to people coming at celebrities for things they said 5, 10, 15 years ago. What he said about Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart put out some homophobic tweet like 10 years ago about if his son was to turn gay, that he would smash a dollhouse over his head. Again, 10 years ago. But you want to go and ruin the man now. I mean, look, what he said was nice? No. They probably say it maybe in a joking manner. It's Kevin Hart. He's a comedian. I mean, you can't be taking a lot of these things too seriously. That's the problem with society now. Everything is taken to a level where if you say something, they want to fucking already put your head on a pike and display you in front of everybody for saying it. It's ridiculous. Some of the things he was also putting in here, which I like, was he used the double standard, where he was talking about how he was running his show, the Dave Chappelle show, and the people from the channel who I guess tell him certain things he could say, he can't say, or whatever the case may be. And one of the words, which I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying it on YouTube, but it's the FAG word, okay? And they told him he couldn't say it, and they goes, why? He says, because Dave, you're not gay. So he goes and he turns back around and he goes, but why is it that I can't say that, but we could freely say nigger? And why is it that's okay to say? I can't say fag, but say nigger. And he says, but I'm not a nigger. And that made a lot of sense. It's just that, how everything has just become more political with certain things. Like, in other words, you take one wrong is okay, but the other wrong is not okay. Everything has to be out to say whoever. When he started talking about groups of people from the LGBTQ community, he made that reference about them all being in a van and who was driving, who was sitting next to her, and so on and so forth. And what got me with that skit was when he was saying it wasn't just in terms of jokes of what was being said. It was just about how it was being perceived against each other. About how one, even though they're supposedly supposed to be a united front, within that united front, they still have ill will against each other. And it reminds me of all groups of people, all right? blacks, Hispanics, everybody, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be a group that, even though you could be the same, there'll be some type of ridicule. Light-skinned blacks look down on dark-skinned blacks. Puerto Ricans look down on Mexicans. It's ridiculous. Especially we're all the same. We're all the same people, and I got that what he was saying there. Even though it was in the process of a joke that was pissing off a lot of people, but it made sense. And it's not to say you can't say it's not true, because anybody who is within these groups know, and we do have a lot of people who are within the LGBTQ, have friends and family, and they could tell you how they feel against other sides of the LGBTQ, and it's amazing that everybody's in the front, everybody's supposed to be together, but they can sit there and ridicule each other. So it's okay for you to ridicule each other, but somebody from the outside can't. And that's what I don't understand. And in this special, Dave just goes off on everybody. I even love the joke about what happens if LeBron James decided to transition. Would he go play with the WNBA and score like 845 points a game? I thought that was hilarious. But that's the thing, people really need to just, step outside this already. You need to laugh. You need to sometimes look at yourself and laugh. Everybody has little things that, that we sit there and we'll think about that. Yeah, that is funny, hey, the stereotypes and on people sometimes, you just got to take it lightly. Can't be taking things too seriously, And the special puts a highlight on everything. And I think there's an end scene called an epilogue, that 20 minutes of him talking about something that happened to him in a club in California. And what he went through with a woman who got pissed off at one of his jokes because she was crying and said she was raped. And he basically said, I'm sorry you were raped. That's not your fault. It's not my fault neither. And he's right. Look, a lot of people make these things and they say certain things, but come on, just take it as is. And if you don't want to see it, don't see it. Why are you going to go and sit there and you're going to go and dictate every little thing he says? And let me tell you something, Vice, all right? You guys went and you made this whole big freaking article about his special, and I guarantee you this, you just made the man more money, all right? It was just the same way about when they went and they slapped those parental advisory stickers on albums and said, this is music that has explicit lyrics and all that stuff. And what you did, you drove kids to go and say, yo, I want to see what that's all about. So what you did was people who maybe didn't even really care for Dave Chappelle, or maybe said, oh, you know what? Let me like it, hate it, but they're going to still check it out. Yeah, you guys never learn your lesson, do you? Look, I'm all for everybody having equality. And I think that Dave pretty much hit a lot of this on the head. He's the champion right now. He is the champion, and right now, if Dave is just taking that SJW propaganda and just shoving it up their asses, it's ridiculous. All right, it's about having a sense of humor. All right, and basically, you guys have no sense of humor because everything's about Oh, I'm offended. Oh, come on. All right? It's done already. It's done. All right? Look, what I tell you guys is, take a look at this. I already saw it twice, and I still sit there and I'm cracking up. It's hilarious. It's got to be one of the best stand-ups around now, period. Why? Because he's real. Dave Chappelle's real. And he's taking that to a whole nother level. All right? So, do me a favor, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Whatever works for you, all right? This is Barry from That Goat Metal Show, telling you to stay brutal, stay heavy, and be open to everything, all right? Let's have a little laughter in our lives.